Okay, next we're going to talk about strumming notes. If you're right-handed, even some left-handed people play guitars right-handed because a lot of guitars are made right-handed. There are a lot less of them made left-handed. You use your right hand, usually with a pick. I'd recommend a pick, especially if you're starting out. And you use your left hand to then fret the notes on the keyboard and make individual notes or chords. So when you hold a pick, I recommend what I use is a Fender style pick. It doesn't necessarily have to be made by Fender, but it's that style, that size. I use a medium thickness pick. You can get them in thin, medium, or thick, and that works really good. And you hold it between your thumb and your index finger like this, and probably a little bit of an angle. So if you're looking at it like that, so it sticks out just a little bit, and you're going to hit the strings with the pointy part of the pick. A lot of the strumming is down, but you can strum up and down too. So practice that a little bit until that becomes natural. And after you get pretty darn good at it, you'll be able to pick out individual notes too while you're strumming. Now the left hand's for fretting the notes, right? And so a lot of guitars have frets on them. There's little metal rods. And what the fret does is when you push down on a string in between the frets, that stops the string. It makes the string shorter yet, and makes the note higher. Now you always want to put your fingers not on the fret, because then you'll get a buzzing sound, but behind the fret. Then you get a nice clean sound. Kind of in the middle in between, but maybe a little bit up towards the fret you're going to play. Okay, so you've got your strumming, right hand, using a pick. The harder you do it, the louder it is. Start out soft and just get... So practice strumming a little bit. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound of a red like thee. I once was lost, but now I'm found. But now I see. So that's strumming. Down and up and down, down and up and down, down and up and down. That kind of works for Norwegian wood too. So we'll learn how to play those songs later, but just practice that strumming with open strings. And if you want to vary it up, go on the second dot. Just lay your index finger across these. So the third and fifth dots become the C and D chords. Open G, C, D. So that's bar chords. Nice thing about this 3-string guitar, tuned G, D, G, is that it makes a chord when you play it open like that. And you can just bar it up. That's a C, that's a D, that's an E, that's an F. And get up to the 2 dots at the very top. That's an octave. And one thing I forgot to mention when tuning, a lot of cigar box guitars have, you know, just these little wooden bridges on them, which actually can slide back and forth. And if you have tuning problems, when you go up the neck some, it tunes great down here, open strings, but up the neck, it's out of tune. That's probably because your bridge is in the wrong place. It's either too far forward or too far back. So when you do your initial tuning and you put the strings on your guitar and you want to position where the bridge should be so it plays nice, you want to tune it so not only do you have a G here on an open string, but also when you get up to the 12th fret, the one that's got the 2 dots on it, that's also a G. It's just an octave up. Same thing with the D string. Right? So if you tune this and your tuner says you're in tune when it's open string, and then you fret it up here and you play the note again and your tuner says you're flat, that means that the distance from your finger to the bridge is flat. It means it's too long. It's a lower note than it should be. So you have to push the bridge a little bit closer up to the head of the guitar. So push it up a little bit, then retune it because it probably goes out of tune, and get your open G and try your top G. And if it's still flat, you have to push it up a little bit more. If it's sharp, you pull it down a little bit more, retune it, and then once you do that, and it doesn't have to be exact. You know, pressing down the strings actually stretches them a little bit, so you might be a little bit off from the open strings. But if you try and get that there, and then maybe make a little pencil mark on your guitar, that'll tell you where to put that bridge, so you get a nice tune all the way up the neck.